Hello, 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 beautiful people, and welcome back to another live Career Gems for the Journey live with Leah Murphy. I am excited to be here with you today. My little intro music was not playing on my end, so I'm just hoping all the audio is good. It was a little odd, out of the ordinary, but if you're with me here live, you can help me by letting me know whether or not you can hear everything that's happening. So drop in a thumbs up if you can hear and all the mic checks are happening. I'm not sure what went south on that one, but we should be exactly where we want to be, which is here with you doing the thing. So if you're here with me live, drop a thumbs up in the chat. Let me know you can hear me. And after you do that, if you could drop your city in the chat, that would be amazing. I love to know who's here, who's vibing with me. And if you're not live because you're listening on the replay and you are multitasking in podcast mode, I love that for you. I love that for me too. I love the replay that it has just been growing and people have been sharing, and I love that. So if there's anybody that's here, this is going to be one that you want to share. This is going to be one that you want to share as you see this coming through your feed, because I am about to drop some gems on some questions that I got asked directly. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. Rather than me responding to one question directly in the DMs, I am going to make sure that I share this with all of you, because I'm sure that other people have a similar question. And before I get into that, please do take an opportunity to head over to gemsforthejourney.org. And when you do that, you'll be able to sign up for our newsletter. Our newsletter is literally the most exciting piece of career information that I am seeing out here on the market. It's informative, it is resource-based, it is valuable. So take advantage of the opportunity to just head over there. It costs you nothing. All we're asking is your email. It is a dense, very value-driven piece of information that comes out to you monthly, and it comes directly into your inbox. You don't have to do anything, no work, no effort, very minimal effort. All you have to do is read, but we just need your email address. So head over to gemsforthejourney.org to be able to drop your email and get exclusive information, updates, new career gems directly into your inbox. And that will happen on a monthly basis. And all we need is your email. So we want that for you. So I announced the last time that we all were together here on live, I announced that we are going to be in person at the Penn Women Conference in November 2024, November 7th, 2024, and that's being hosted in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So I am stepping out of my own personal comfort zone, and we talk about this a lot. Stepping out of my comfort zone, you all know that I am live with you on this side of the camera, but not necessarily in person. So this is the first time that we are coming together, the Gems for the Journey team are going to meet you all in person. So we invited all of you to join us in Philadelphia at the Philadelphia/Pennsylvania Convention Center in Center City, Philadelphia, on November 7th, because we're going to have, the vibes are going to be amazing. The aesthetics are going to be great. You guys already know. Then we're going to have books. We're going to have career tools. You're going to be able to meet with me and other members of the team to talk specifically about career experiences that you're having, but also just to meet and greet, right? We have this opportunity to create community in person again. And lots of people have been asking and kind of longing for that need. So joining me at the Pennsylvania Women's Conference on November 7th, 2024 is the first opportunity that you will have to meet me in person and to be able to connect. And I'm a little nervous. I'm going to be honest. I started going to the Penn Women Conference as a participant, as someone who was looking to grow my career, my relationships, and the Penn Women Conference inspired me tremendously. Being in the room with thousands and thousands of professional women, nonprofit leaders, CEOs, all of the people who are in this region from Pennsylvania, from New Jersey, Delaware, New York, DC, a train's ride away. So I was inspired by being in the room. Now I'm having a full circle moment, and I'm coming back as a vendor to that conference, and I'm really excited about it, but I'm also a little bit nervous. So meet me there so that you can be the warm face that I get to see, and we get to exchange words and smiles, and then we'll both be better for it as we come out on the other side. So meet me there. So then folks were saying, well, then why should I go, right? I'm not familiar with the conference. I haven't heard of it before, but you're saying something about it. So like, tell me why I should go. So I was like, oh, all right, well, cool. Let's break it down in a detailed form so that you guys have an understanding of why it would be valuable for you to show up to the conference. I already told you my story that I believe it was like 8 years ago now that I went to that conference, and just sitting in a banquet hall with thousands of women who are all eager to learn and grow and are looking for connection, networking opportunities, looking for new jobs, looking to grow their business. It was all of the things that were happening there. So the first one is why to go. And I have three reasons. There are a lot more, but I wanted to boil it down to three because I think I've gotten an opportunity to connect with a lot of you via question and answer on LinkedIn, on YouTube, who for folks who are streaming, people drop comments or send emails. So I think I have a good understanding of what people are looking for. But I'm happy to hear from others if this is not an exhausted list at all. So there are other people who participated or gone to the Pennsylvania Women's Conference in the past and had a good experience or had a not so great experience, and you have some feedback. I would love for you to drop your comments in the comment section, because I think there could be a great discussion where we really discover the best opportunities and things that go along with the conference, and we can see if it's a good fit for you. So the number one reason that I encourage folks to go to this conference specifically, because I'm going to be there, but to conferences like this generally, is if you are feeling like you're a little bit stuck, maybe in a rut, and you're trying to figure out what the next phase looks like for you, sometimes an opportunity for inspiration, a shot in the arm experience really can help you to come out of a stuck place. There are career workshops, there are speakers on the main stage. There's going to be inspiration, there's going to be music, there's going to be vendors, there's going to be giveaways, there's going to be competitions, there's going to be opportunities to network and breakout sessions. So if you're feeling like you are potentially in a rut or in a transition and trying to figure out what's next for you, going to conferences and events like this can be exactly what you need to change your perspective and get you out of the monotony or day to day of the work that you're doing on a consistent basis. So these kinds of conferences provide just a dynamic environment that is multidimensional, and oftentimes you'll be able to find what you're looking for amongst the hundreds of women, thousands of women, or hundreds of vendors that you're going to see that are in the space who are curating experiences specifically for women like you, for professional women. So if you're a woman and you're thinking about this is a conference opportunity and you may be in a rut or you're looking for a transition, you're feeling like you're not clear what's next for you, and you may need a little bit of inspiration, conferences like this can be amazing for you. Amazing as I experienced someone that I would not have come across in my day to day, and my job, my day job doesn't provide me this kind of community building opportunity. So I'd love to go to the conference for just that reason. That's reason number one. As a potential reason, why should you go? Another reason why you should go to the conference is if you're looking to actively network and look for new jobs, you have a captive audience of other people who are looking to actively network. And there's a peer component where you get to collaborate and have great conversations with other people that you meet inadvertently, whether it's, in line or whether it's sitting at a table for one of the sessions that are including breakfast or lunch. There's lots and lots of networking opportunities. So if you are in a place where you're looking to build your network and build relationships in this region and beyond, you have an opportunity to say, man, this is a great place. There's going to be a concentrated amount of people all in one location. I would be able to meet 1, 2, 3, 20 new people, right? You set a goal for yourself for the number of people that you want to network with, or you do the research beforehand. You see what companies are sponsoring the event because you know that those companies are also sending people to the event. So if you're thinking about employers in the area or changing roles, changing jobs, wanting to learn more about who is in the region more broadly, this is a great opportunity to be able to do that. The website for the conference has lots of valuable information about the vendors, about the sponsors, about the speakers, about the networks and relationships or nonprofit organizations that are participating or collaborating with the conference. So if you're looking for a new role and you're trying to build out an opportunity to network, and maybe you can't go to all of the happy hour networking sessions for another organization, or they're happening at a time that's normally inconvenient for you. Now you're early enough in the process where you can book this in and you can take full advantage of the opportunity to be able to network. The third one is if you're thinking about a side hustle, you're thinking about starting a business, you're looking for funding, you're thinking about, startup support. All of those type of vendors are going to be in the room for this conference. It's very business friendly, it's very entrepreneur friendly, and it is very much anchored in the opportunity to introduce or build connection between like-minded women who are attending the conference, women and their allies. So as I think about women, femmes, allies, all of the people who would be interested in participating in an event like this, whether you're looking for a new role and you want to stay in a 9 to 5 structure, or you're an entrepreneur who kind of is incubating an idea for a new business, has some things that they're in the work, have a little side hustle on the horizon, and they're trying to figure out, does this make sense? How can I get in contact with some experts or some resources that could help me start my business? This is a great way to take a bite out of that initially. So top 3 reasons why I recommend you go to a conference, this conference specifically, the Pennsylvania Women's Conference, or a conference like this in your own region, is because number one, if you're in a in-between place and you're looking for inspo, it's there. You're looking for opportunities for new roles, thinking about changing jobs, thinking about switching employers, that opportunity will also be there. If you're an entrepreneur or a budding side hustle creator and you're trying to think about what are ways that would fit me from a networking, from a resourcing, also from a other side hustle partnerships potential, right? There's lots of collaboration opportunities, but the key part for me always in these types of conferences or experiences, it's important for you to be in the room. If you can join virtually, it's important for you to join in the virtual room. But if you can be there in person, there's so many things that could have the potential to happen, so many introductions that can be made, so many new relationships that can be created, or old relationships that can be rekindled. The last time I was at the conference, I saw women that I had not connected with for many years, not because anything happened, but because we just got busy. So it was a great opportunity to reconnect with some people that I had otherwise lost that direct connection with. So those are my top reasons to go. If you're in a rut, you're looking for inspiration, and you're trying to be in a room with other people who are going to help you to think about things differently and maybe energize you, it's a great opportunity for that. If you're looking to network for a new role, thinking about other companies, employers in the region, people that you potentially want to work with, they'll be there too. And if you're an entrepreneur looking for a side hustle, looking to decide what is next for you, or looking to start a business, there will be networking opportunities for all of those things in the room. So then I got the question, well, I have a day job. I'm not necessarily looking for a new role, but I would love to go to the conference because I think it is something that's right in my backyard, number one. And number two, I've never been before, and it sounds like it could be a great opportunity. But I don't know how to go about getting an opportunity to go without paying for it for myself. Say less. So the important thing, and what I want to share for you here, is oftentimes employers will pay for you to attend conferences like this one. And let me talk to you a little bit more about why. So this is a question that came directly from a listener. I want to figure out how to go, but I don't know how to approach it potentially, right, with my employer. Your employer will often help you or pay for you to attend these kinds of conferences because they show up as professional development. And a lot of times there are specific goals or opportunities that your employer, or maybe even your learning and development within your HR department, has to encourage people to continue to develop. This type of conference shows up as professional development. It can also show up sometimes as continuing education, depending on the way your company defines it, but always a professional development opportunity. So because of that, oftentimes employers will have budgets set aside specifically to pay for conferences and memberships. And I'm not telling you what I think, I'm telling you what I know. Companies have dollars set aside to pay for conferences, to pay for these kinds of experiences, to pay for collaboration events any memberships to these types of organizations. So those dollars are available, but oftentimes people don't know. And then when you don't know the dollars are available, you don't even know to ask. So now if you're going to ask and you're saying, okay, boom, Leah told me that there are dollars available for me to attend this conference and potentially my employer will pay for it, but I don't know how to go about it. Where should I start? How should I even approach the topic? You're in the right place. So first, the three things that I want to really encourage you if you're looking to get your employer to pay for you to attend conferences in general, but specifically we're talking about the Pennsylvania Women's Conference because that's the one that I'm going to be able to meet you at in person. The first thing is to start early, right? This conference is in November. So we have a lot of time available to us to be able to reach out and figure out where in the organization there are dollars or where there is a willingness to be able to support people participating in this conference. So when I think about that, there are places where those dollars are, and your job as you think about your own development and looking for an opportunity to help the company invest in your development, your job is to help find the money. Help yourself find the money that's already set aside. So this is not an inconvenience. It's not a hardship for the company. These things already happen in the background. These budgets are already defined years in advance. If you have the type of organization that is investing in development, and this is a good time to learn that. Is the organization you're in investing in development? If the answer is yes, then the dollars will be set aside and potentially you have an opportunity to tap into those dollars. So the first thing is to start early. You're more than 3 months from the conference. So now you have an opportunity just to start proactively asking questions about opportunities for professional development around this conference specifically. So start early. The second one is ask your manager specifically if they have a budget for professional development dollars or for conference attending events. Oftentimes, based on your subject matter, based on the role that you're in, or maybe even based on your demographics, there will be dollars that are set aside explicitly for professional development for you in the areas. I've seen money for participating in conferences that are in other countries be brought into a department because there's a specific skill or network that is important to be able to tap into. There's a business need that kind of justifies you participating in that conference, and you have shown a desire and a capability to be able to benefit from it. Now, all this comes from normally with folks who are performing well in their role, right? We want to make sure we lay that as a foundation. If you're performing well in your role, you have a good relationship with the organization, there's a clear value proposition, then these opportunities become available. If you're having performance challenges, oftentimes that's where the discussion should start, even before you start thinking about further development. It's really start with the performance first. And if you have more questions about that, hit me up. You guys know that I love to answer questions and I love to help and support folks get to a strategy where their performance matches their ambition and their desired goals. Okay, so the first one is start early. The second one is asking your manager for professional development dollars if it lives in their budget. And it could be professional development. It could also be conference dollars, any variety. It kind of depends on your organization, what they may name it or have identified. But ultimately, your goal is to get dollars that are available for you to do work outside of your organization, participate in things outside of your organization that allow you to then bring back those skills, networks, relationships, inspiration into the organization. So if you're trying to figure out, is my manager open to it? Is my manager going to support me? There's questions like, are there membership dollars for budgets? A lot of professional organizations will tap into membership dollars. So if you want to be a member of the National Society of Black Engineers, you guys know that they're one of my favorites, one of the organizations that I continue to collaborate with and think is doing amazing work on the undergraduate, graduate, and professional side. So think about those membership dollars allow you to also participate in conferences like this. The other one is there's often continuing education dollars. So continuing education dollars oftentimes are set aside for learning a specific skill or learning to expand your professional capabilities or your executive presence. So these are dollars that are invested in individuals who are performing well in the organization and ultimately have strong potential. So the company sees this as a sound investment because as you think about continuing your education, that will make you a better employee. That'll make you a better employee. It'll also make you a better individual as you think about navigating what may be your next phase of your career. So I love continuing education dollars, and conferences like this have the potential to tap in. So if your manager comes back and is like, yeah, we don't know, we don't have those dollars set aside, we're not sure, then it's a great opportunity for you to go to the third step and ask HR directly. Normally, your HR business partner will have some kind of a relationship with your learning and development part of the organization. And if you don't have a learning and development part of the organization, sometimes that's outsourced, right? And they're another third party who they bring in to do some of the continuing education or professional development. But again, it means that there is a budget, that there are dollars available, and that you have an opportunity to tap into those dollars to ask explicitly if you can attend other conferences. So if your manager is not clear, you can definitely tap into your HR partner, or if your learning development department is inside of your organization, hit them up directly. Hey, I'd love to go to this conference. I think it hits the mark from a professional development and networking perspective. Do you have a budget? Do you have dollars available where I would be able to attend this conference? Because for companies, these conference attending, these are write-offs. So it's in the budget, but it's also a write-off opportunity. So it can be absolutely something that you need to tap into and ask the question for. So then if you say, okay, I asked my manager, they're not clear, they don't even know that where to direct me to. So now I'm going to tap into my HR leader, my HR generalist, someone that I get to, someone that I know who sits in that function. All good. I have a conversation with them. They let me know what the next steps are and how I get the opportunity. The other place, and this one is a bonus, the other place that oftentimes has dollars specifically for these types of events, especially if it's aligned to personal identity and um, and it is forward looking and it's months in advance, are your employee resource groups. So if you have ERGs or employee resource groups in your organization, sometimes they will not only have budget, but they may have gotten sponsorship tickets where the organization that is aligned with the identity of that ERG will offer up sponsored tickets to be able to participate. So as you think about all of the places, sometimes it's in your department budget where there's opportunity for you to do the professional development. Sometimes the money is sitting in HR and a learning development budget where you have the opportunity to tap into, but you got to ask the question and you have to know the right people to ask and what you're asking for. And third, sometimes an ERG or an employee resource group will have sponsorship tickets or additional dollars that can be given to you in order to participate in the conference. So you swipe your corporate card and you send it over to the right cost center location, and then you get the opportunity to participate in the conference because you knew where to look for dollars and for opportunities. So I want to encourage you, start early, do some research on who to ask, whether it's your manager or HR partner or your employee resource group. Another way that I find that folks don't tap into often is sometimes your company may be a sponsor of an event of this scale. Lots of corporations sponsor, whether it's nonprofit or identity-based organizations in their region. So your current employer may be a large sponsor of the event. And with sponsorship comes tickets to participate, comes credentials for you to show up. So there is an opportunity for you just to ask that question. If you check the website for the Pennsylvania Women's Conference or whatever conference you're interested in, and you see that your current employer is a sponsor, there's a very high likelihood that there are tickets available. Now, the ticket number may be limited, and it could be a first come, first serve basis. So that's why we're starting early. So as we think about all of the places where you can tap in and potentially get your employer to sponsor you to participate in this conference, there are lots of dig sites. It does require you to be proactive and for you to think about investing in yourself, because the effort that you put in to get the conference paid for by your employer is a return, right? The return on investment is the actual conference and the experience itself, the relationships that you're able to cultivate, the connections that you're able to make, the inspiration or the innovation that you are in the midst of, that's your return on investment. And I have something for all of you who are not currently working for an organization, or you're deciding, maybe you're in a transition and you're looking to still participate and attend the conference. This is also often a write-off if you're a small business owner. There are professional development or conference dollars that are tax write-offs if you're a small business owner. So invest in yourself. Invest in yourself, invest in your business, invest in what you believe your future could look like by participating in conferences and development opportunities, because you are your best investment as an entrepreneur, as a small business owner. Your network, your relationships have the potential to grow your business and scale to 10x the investment of you paying for your own conference ticket. So I understand that cost can sometimes be a challenge. Consider an investment as a small business owner or an entrepreneur, and that investment has the potential to pay dividends. As I told you guys in the beginning, now full circle moment, I am a vendor at a conference that I was an attendee at some years ago. So consider that an investment in yourself that will be worth it. And it'll be worth it because what you go into the conference hoping to get, hoping to experience, you set a goal or a clear objective for yourself at the conference, where I'm looking to connect with people, I'm looking to collaborate, I'm looking to learn more about innovation in a particular area of my business or the company that I work for, or I'm looking to get new books, new professional development materials, all of the things. If you set a clear objective before you go in, then your investment will be returned to you because your objective is clear and you're going in with an abundant mindset. So we didn't talk about what an abundant mindset looks like in this context, but we talked about it tons of times before. So here's what I want to encourage you to do. As you're thinking about attending the conference, and I will be there, so you know that I'm already invested. I will be there, but I am going with a very clear objective and a very clear intention. And I'm going with an abundance mindset, believing that I will thrive as a result of the interactions, the relationships, the connections that I make at this conference, or that this will be a brand new, unique experience that I had not even developed in my own mind or visualized. And what will come out of it will benefit me regardless, because I will contribute to someone else. I will build connection and be in community with like-minded people. And that's always on the money for me. So I want to encourage you to think about this opportunity specifically in attending the Pennsylvania Women's Conference, November 7th in Philadelphia. But I also want you to think about more broadly how you're going to invest in yourself as we close out this year and as we think about 2025 and what the future holds and what the potential looks like there. So if you're trying to figure out a strategy for the best approach to attend the conference, we talked about it from an entrepreneur's perspective, as someone who is in a hybrid mode, maybe working a 9 to 5 and is trying to add a side hustle on, or even someone who's just in a rut and looking for inspiration, looking to be in a room that is going to raise your experience and raise your expectations of what's possible. This conference will do that. I personally had that experience, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all there. And as many of you who are here listening to this live, share this with another woman. Share this with someone else who you believe could benefit from being in the room at the conference, and help them to think about the opportunities of where they can fit it in to be able to attend, because it's an investment in you. And I believe you are valuable and worth investing in. So until we are together next time, I will see you next Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here, same place, same time. And I am thrilled to announce that the Career Gems for the Journey podcast has reached 100 episodes. Oh my gosh, I know, I'm so excited too. I'm thrilled, I'm so excited. The Career Gems for the Journey podcast has been a backbone for the organization and the work that I've done for so long. It is an amazing repository of career advice with guests, with experts from across disciplines. It has been such a great resource for so many people. And I've heard so many people specifically who are listeners to the podcast reach out and thank me for the work that I've done. And here I am saying, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying every moment of the work that goes into the podcast. Now, we started off as a little small shop My co-host Ama and I were sharing notes on cell phones. It was a whole thing long, long, long ago. And now here we are at 100 plus episodes. We actually reached 100 episodes a little while ago, and my team just let me know that we hit the milestone. So I was so excited to hear that we hit the milestone, but it really encouraged me to say thank you. Thank you to all of you who are riding with me. Thank you to all of you who are partners or clients of Career Gems for the Journey. We have been in this for so long together, but we're doing this because we believe that it adds value to you. And there's something valuable in focusing on career professional development from someone who is committed to seeing you win and be successful. So I am excited to be at 100 episodes. I'm also really excited to meet you guys in person at the Pennsylvania Women's Conference. So we'll have some celebratory energy as we're going into the conference. We may be at 125 before the conference arrives. So excited for all that's happening on this end, but thanking all of you for riding with us and participating and being such a great community and audience for us to be able to work with. So until the next time we're together, make your journey work for you. I will see you next Tuesday, same time, same place on LinkedIn Live as well as on YouTube. Until then, keep making your journey work for you. I'll see you then.